Judge Barrett tries to intimidate Kash Patel in a legal inquiry, then gets stunned by the outcome. In a televised moment that is now being replayed across major platforms and social media feeds, Supreme Court Justice Amy Coney Barrett found herself at the center of an unexpected legal face-off, and this time, the tables turned in a way no one predicted. What was meant to be a controlled inquiry into the conduct of government officials spiraled into a tense showdown when Kash Patel former Chief of Staff to the Secretary of Defense and a key Trump-era figure, stood firm under pressure, delivering a response that left even Justice Barrett visibly stunned. The setting was a formal legal inquiry investigating the boundaries of executive power and national security confidentiality. The inquiry panel, which included a number of high-ranking legal minds and sitting judges, was questioning former intelligence officials over their roles in high-stakes decisions made during their time in government. Among them was Kash Patel, known for his role in uncovering alleged intelligence abuses and his unwavering loyalty to former President Donald Trump. Justice Barrett, a surprise addition to the inquiry panel in an oversight capacity, took a rare and active role in the questioning. With her reputation as a methodical constitutional originalist and her sharp command of legal nuance, few expected the calm, collected Barrett to engage in anything resembling intimidation. But as the questioning began, it quickly became clear that her tone toward Patel was anything but neutral. Barrett challenged Patel's decision-making during his tenure at the Pentagon and asked pointed questions about his involvement in classifying and declassifying sensitive materials. Then came a moment that shifted the entire room. Justice Barrett leaned forward and asked, with deliberate emphasis, whether Patel had knowingly bypassed legal protocol to serve a political agenda. The implication was clear, and Patel knew it. Rather than buckle under pressure, Kash Patel responded with a clarity and confidence that turned the heat back onto the bench. Justice Barrett, Patel began, with respect to the court, what you're insinuating undermines the very constitutional structure you claim to defend. There's a clear separation of powers, and within the executive branch, lawful declassification is not only possible, it's routine. What's not routine is judicial overreach into the discretionary operations of intelligence and defense. The room fell quiet. Cameras caught the slight shift in Barrett's expression, a flicker of realization that she had walked directly into a constitutional counterstrike. Patel continued, calmly laying out the legal framework that governed his actions. He cited not only statutes and executive orders, but even historical precedent where other administrations had acted with similar authority, including administrations supported by justices currently seated on the court. Then came the knockout. Patel produced a written memo, previously unreported in the press, detailing a legal clearance from Department of Defense attorneys authorizing the very actions Barrett had questioned. That memo, backed by timestamped documentation, proved Patel had followed every required legal protocol, and that any attempt to suggest otherwise was rooted in politics, not law. Barrett, caught off guard, did not respond immediately. Other panel members scrambled to pivot the conversation. But the damage was done. Social media exploded within minutes. Clips of Patel's calm but assertive response trended across platforms. Hashtags like hashtag Patel pushback *** and hashtag Barrett stunned *** began climbing within hours. Legal scholars across the political spectrum acknowledged that Patel had not only defended his record, but exposed a vulnerability in how legal authority is often misrepresented in public narratives. In the aftermath, public reactions were divided but undeniably engaged. Critics accused Justice Barrett of stepping outside her judicial role and attempting to flex political muscle. Others claimed Patel's confidence bordered on arrogance. But even his critics had to concede. He came armed with the law, the facts, and the receipts. Meanwhile, Kash Patel has since been interviewed on major news networks, using the moment to call for more transparency in legal oversight and to defend the independence of executive decision-making. Barrett, for her part, has remained silent, offering no official comment since the exchange. Legal analysts are already calling it a watershed moment, a reminder that public inquiries, no matter how scripted, can become platforms for unexpected reckonings. And in this case, one of the highest-ranking judges in the country found herself on the receiving end of a lesson in constitutional authority. This moment wasn't just a clash between two political figures, it was a collision between the branches of government themselves. And Kash Patel, whether loved or loathed, made history by standing his ground and defending his actions not with bluster, but with the rule of law. As the legal and political world continues to react, one thing is certain, this wasn't just another inquiry. It was a live-fire demonstration of how fragile, and how powerful, the Constitution becomes when tested in real time. Stay tuned, because this story is far from over.